Alright boys, in today's video we are going to be making a tower defense tier list on some of the units here. So yeah, I do have me a tier list now. You know, we got a lot of units. We got overpowered, very good, good, medium, and trash. So, you know, we're probably going to only be doing like epics and up, maybe legendaries and up, since I mean, we don't really need to go into the rares and uncommons. We don't need to do that. So yeah, starting off, we actually have the new unit Astro. So yeah, Astro is actually. So yeah, we got most of the units here. You know, we got the drill, we got clock, we got Spire TV, even pumpkin farm in here. So yeah, this tower defense tier list has it all. But anyways, we are going to start with Astro. Now, Astro is pretty good, does have a pretty good splash, and, you know, it is a little bit expensive. I would put it at very good, since, me personally, I think it's a good tower, in my opinion. It's a really good tower. Now we have a scary speaker man. This used to be a really good star, but it's honestly just medium. It's medium now. Nobody cares about it at all. So yeah, now we have a Clover. Clover is a really good unit, as it already has, you know, good DPS, and it can just place a lot of blocks, also do extra damage. I mean, if you have a full team of Hypers versus Clovers, more than likely, versus like a boss on Nightmare, you know, the boss will die way quicker with the Clover, since they'll just be spamming blocks on him, which is the main factor of the Clover. So yeah, with that speaking, we're probably going to put him in overpowered, and same with a Hyper, because those just need to go in there. And also DJ TV. DJ TV is one of the best, if not the best units, just because it's a really good booster, and it is honestly game breaking. Now we have the new Titan Sigma now. This actually has very good AoE damage, very good damage, and when you pair it with a booster, you know, it does actually do pretty good performance. So I think, you know, honestly may go above Astro, but for right now, I'm probably going to put him above Astro. We may need to make some changes afterwards, but that's where I'm putting it. So yeah, speaker repair. You need speaker repair. This is like a need unit, because without speaker repair, I mean, a lot of times you will fail, because like say on Endless, you're on wave where a lot of glitches come by. Oop, speaker repair not in sight. That means the glitches will just go right into your base. So yeah, speaker repair is definitely a unit you will need and want. So yeah, next we have the Moon TV man. Now, this is actually pretty good. He does 360 damage, and he also actually has pretty good DPS. So for that, I'm probably going to put him top of good. I think that's honestly a spot that he deserves. We're not going to be doing any of the crates, since they just don't matter to us. No, we're not going to be doing the crates, so might as well just put them at the bottom. Maybe we should just make a crate tier list. I don't know, something like that. But next up, we actually have DJ, Speakerman, and Announcer. Now, Announcer is actually pretty good. DJ is trash, in my opinion. It does have a good boost, but its range just makes it terrible. Very terrible. Next, we have Katana and Shotgun now. I think Katana may go top of good. It's really cheap, does pretty good DPS, and you can easily spam them close together, which just makes a pool of DPS, say at like a corner or turn. You can just have all those katanas waiting. Now we have Shotgun. Yeah, this is going to medium, probably below Scary Speaker, honestly. Shotgun is just not something good. And now we have Drill. I think that may go in top of good, since they are spammable. They are really easy to get, and you know, even though they're spammable, they still have pretty high DPS. And say you have like an Announcer that's going to be doing 30,000 DPS around there per one, and basically every wave, if you have Santas, you can almost get one. And they're also very small, so you can get a lot of them very close to each other. So for those reasons, I'm going to put him there. Next up, we have Clock. Now, Clock is actually very good. I mean, its DPS is already very good. Its ability is probably the best ability in the game, just because time stop for 10 seconds. Yeah, that's good. That is good, I would at least think so. So yeah, I mean, I would maybe put him at bottom of overpowered for that ability, but I think right now he should just stay at very good for right now at least. Next up we have Healer. Now Healer does have pretty good splash, and once you get its first upgrade, it's basically already maxed, because its last upgrade isn't exactly the best upgrade. I mean, it does give its splash, but like barely gets any damage, barely gets any of that, but it still is a pretty good unit. I mean, has pretty good DPS, does heal your base if anything goes in. You know, you can just heal it right back up. Say like you're defending with a duo, someone gets by, you know, you're like at half HP, just puts a healer down eventually. It should be something else would. They actually have their own separate cooldowns, so if you have a lot of them down, you can just continuously get that cooldown buff, and someone may actually have a DJ speaker. Well, you can place that, and if your Mag Bunnies are close, which they may, so you can actually place them pretty close together now, you know, you would have actually pretty good buffs on your hands. So yeah, for that reason it's good, and also DPS, it does slowing, piercing, and AoE. It has like all the attacks. So that's why it's honestly good. Next up, Titan Bunny, that's good and overpowered. I mean, very, very cheap for very good DPS. I mean, I remember when it got buffed, it basically doubled its DPS, which almost 50,000 DPS for only like 13,000. And they have really good AoE potential as well. That is like a really, really good unit. Next up, Upgrade Mech. I mean, it's good, maybe below Leprechaun, but isn't like too good. Actually, it's probably top good now I think about it. Has, you know, pretty decent DPS. Is like basically single target, but does have like 2 attacks, so not exactly, but still, it doesn't have too much damage output on like everything, which they also do take up a lot of space. If you guys have ever played with them, they do take up a large amount. But Jetpack Upgrade and Mace actually has, you know, pretty good damage still, has a lot more range than Mace, and also Mace has like, the normal Mace barely has any range too, which is also why I ranked it a little bit more lower. If it had decent range, it would definitely get a lot higher ranking. But Jetpack Mace, really good range, really good DPS still. It's like a better version of the Jetpack Caravan. For that, I'm putting it below Large Laser. Next up, Sinister TV. Sinister TV is probably top of good. I mean, first of all, it can slow a ton, and even just a level 1 already wipes many boss turrets. First of all, snowballs that he shoots out splash. They do a lot of splash damage, and they also slow by pretty good amounts. I'm not sure what the slowing is, but it's around like 30 to 40%. That's honestly what I think it is. So yeah, already pretty good slowing, you know, a lot of splash. Then it has its AoE and also its sight that does 100,000, so it's basically just UTC, but better. Way better version, if I honestly have to say. Now we have Shield and Green Laser. Shield, I mean, it's good, since if you saw my one video, you know, he was just able to instantly kill parasites and all that stuff, and also did pretty good damage to anything that tries to stun him. And also Green Laser's going in overpowered. I mean, he's a really good star unit. He does really good slowing potential, and you know, he also has pretty similar DPS to Large Laser, which, I mean, all those are benefits plus DPS. Honestly makes it pretty overpowered, and I mean, everybody wants and uses. So yeah, we have Ghost. Now Ghost is pretty good, I must say. Yeah, we're getting a lot of goods here, I must say. I mean, 60,000 DPS. He does only have single target. He is also very expensive, so I mean, very good DPS, but it does definitely bring it down a notch. If he like was a lot more cheaper, and also same with the Mace, you know, Same with the single target units that do a lot of damage. He has no range at all. I mean, 0 range. Like probably only 15. If I looked at it right now, I'd probably say between like 10 to 25, if I had to say. So that's why he's getting a little bit lower. Honestly, he's probably going under Jetpack Mace. Next up, Spire TV. Now this was a really good unit when it came out, since actually it was the best unit when it came out, because, you know, it had all AoE damage, which like barely any units had at that point. Barely any units had all AoE damage. It couldn't get stunned, which was the main reason it was used. I mean, if something can't get stunned, that's a guarantee use. Plus, you were basically able to put these like 2 studs away from each other. I mean, you could get them so close to each other, you could get like 15 right now in like a DJ TV's range. That's how close you can get them. Which, I mean, DJ TV doesn't even have that much range too. So again, 15 of those. That's pretty good. Okay, now we have Chef. Now, Chef is actually pretty good. First of all, got buffed to have 100% slowing, which, I mean, it was at 50%, but 100% slowing, that's like the most we've ever seen. I mean, 100% slowing is probably as good as like having an old godly stunning a toilet, since, I mean, that's basically stunning it. Because the toys will go so slow. Plus, Chef can be used as a unit in the early game, because say you get Chef at level 3, it unlocks its slowing and also its explosive pizza, which, yes, he does have dynamite pizza in his little pizza house there. Next up, Old Godly. Old Godly is probably going in bottom of Overpowered, actually maybe above like Speaker Repair. Probably not above Hyper though, in my opinion. So we're getting close to our end. Engineer. Now, Engineer actually has a lot of potential. This can be used as a really good starter unit. Plus, I mean, you only need like 3 max out Santas, which, I mean, already, it's only until the last 2 upgrades where it actually gets a little bit expensive, because, I mean, first upgrade, 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000, then 400. So, yeah, basically, you can almost get 1 maxed in literally 1 wave with max Santas. And also, I mean, if you have Green Laser, you'll be earning money. You could real quickly upgrade your Santas and NGs, and you wouldn't really have to worry about anything getting through. Say you have a level 4 NG with 10,000 HP. I'll be spawning like 3 times a minute. That's 30,000 damage a minute. And also maxed out NGs, you can have 4 at like 50,000 HP doing 2,000 DPS, which honestly they should buff that DPS on the tanks, if I must say so myself. And yeah, we have Corrupt for our final year. Corrupt, I mean, it does have really good damage after you place it. I mean, I used to use a Corrupt a lot back then, because, I mean, immediately as you placed it, it already did 2,000 DPS. Upgrade again and did 3,000. Upgrade again, 4,000. It did really quick damage really fast, and it wasn't that expensive for its first few upgrades. It did like cost like 18,000 max out, because there's an upgrade which was like 7,000 then 10,000, which those upgrades honestly didn't really help. I mean, gave them a lot of range, but I mean, they just costed way too much for what we was getting. So yeah, that will be our tier list for these tower defense units. We did the, you know, mythics, the really important ones, and units that you would actually use. You know, we're not going to rank units that nobody would think of using, because I mean, those units shouldn't even be on a tier list. They should just be in the recycling bin, if I gotta say so myself. And yeah, actually, I'm going to put shotgun in trash. Like, bottom of trash. Literally. It has to go down there. No doubts in my mind. But yeah, that is our tier list. If you do have some of your own opinions, you can comment, like what you think. Maybe you think Time Clock should be in overpowered, which, I was thinking that should be in overpowered, but I just put out very good, which now I think Time Clock maybe goes above Drill, just because it can actually time stop and not like stun for 5 seconds, aka like pulling stuff in his chest. But yeah, you guys can comment about your opinions on this. This is what I think they should go in. So yeah, that will be our tier list for. So yeah, that will be our tier list for Tilt Tower Defense. And that'll be it for today's video, there, boys. See you.